You sit down to study, but within minutes you feel bored, distracted, or downright miserable. Here's the truth. If you don't enjoy studying, you're doing it wrong. Studying doesn't have to be boring. In fact, it can actually be fun and rewarding when you approach it the right way. So, in the next 8 minutes, I'm going to show you how to flip the script on studying. You will learn why you hate studying, how to fix it, and most importantly, how to enjoy it. Let's dive in. First, let's address the elephant in the room. Why do so many people hate studying? It's not because you're lazy or unmotivated. It's because of how you've been taught to study. Here's a fact. The traditional education system is designed to make you memorize and regurgitate information, not actually learn. And let's face it, cramming for an exam or reading dry textbooks is about as exciting as watching paint dry. Passive studying is boring. Reading and highlighting are the most common study techniques. But guess what? Research from the Association for Psychological Science shows they are some of the least effective ways to learn. Pressure kills motivation. When you study just to avoid failure or meet someone else's expectations, it creates stress. And stress kills enjoyment. No connection to real life. Let's be honest. How many times have you thought, when will I ever use this in real life? If you can't see the purpose behind what you're studying, it feels meaningless. But here's the good news. Studying doesn't have to suck. You just need to change how you approach it. Let's move on to how. Here's a game-changing fact. Studying isn't about grades. It's about growth. When you stop treating studying as a chore and start seeing it as an opportunity to improve yourself, everything changes. Let's take an example. Imagine you're learning a new language. If you're just memorizing grammar rules, it's boring. But if you start using that language to watch movies, speak with friends, or explore new cultures, it suddenly becomes exciting. A study published in the Journal of Educational Psychology found that students who focus on mastery and personal growth are more likely to enjoy studying than those who focus solely on grades. So, here's your first mindset shift. Don't study for grades. Study for yourself. Are you learning something that could help you in the future? Could it make you smarter, more skilled, or even just more curious? Focus on that. Let me ask you something. How do you get better at basketball? Do you read a book about it? Nope. You practice, you play, you mess up, and you try again. Learning should be the same way. Active learning is the key. Here are 3 ways to make studying more engaging. Gamify your studies. Turn studying into a game. Create flashcards and challenge yourself to beat your previous score. Apps like Quizlet or Anki are great for this. Or reward yourself with something you love after hitting a study goal, like 20 minutes of gaming or your favorite snack. There's an amazing technique called the Pomodoro technique, which is a study method that involves working for 25 minutes, followed by a 5-minute break. This approach helps make studying more enjoyable and engaging, turning it into a game-like experience rather than a chore. Teach what you learn. Teaching forces you to understand the material deeply. Grab a friend, a family member, or even your dog, and explain the concepts out loud. According to the Learning Pyramid, teaching others leads to a 90% retention rate. Compare that to just 10% for reading. Turn it into a project. Instead of just passively reading, create something. Make a mind map, draw diagrams, or write a blog post summarizing what you've learned. This makes the process creative and fun. Here's something that will blow your mind. The reason you don't enjoy studying might be because you don't have a clear why. Simon Sinek says, "People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it." The same applies to studying. If you don't know why you're studying, it's hard to stay motivated. Take physics, for example. If you're studying it just to pass a test, it's boring. But if you see it as a way to understand how the universe works, suddenly it's fascinating. Example: Marie Curie, the first woman to win a Nobel Prize, didn't study science because she had to. She did it because she was deeply curious about how radiation worked. That passion drove her to make groundbreaking discoveries. So, ask yourself, why are you studying this subject? How does it fit into your future goals or interests? If you can connect your studies to something meaningful, it'll feel a lot less like work. Let's talk about your study environment. If your study space looks like a prison cell, no wonder you hate it. Your environment plays a huge role in how you feel about studying. Research from the University of Salford found that a well-designed study space can boost productivity by up to 20%. Here are 4 quick tips to create a study environment you actually enjoy. Make it comfortable. Get a chair you love, good lighting, and some plants or decorations to make the space inviting. Eliminate distractions. Turn off your notifications and keep your phone out of reach. Apps like Forest can help you stay focused. Scent and atmosphere. A pleasant scent can boost focus and relaxation. Try using essential oils like peppermint for alertness or lavender for a calming effect. A clean and clutter-free space also helps maintain a clear mind. Visual inspiration. Surround yourself with things that motivate you: vision boards, motivational quotes, or posters of your goals. A visually appealing space can keep you inspired and focused. One of the biggest reasons studying feels boring is because it's repetitive. Sitting at the same desk for hours on end can drain your energy and motivation. So, here's a tip. Don't just sit there. Change things up. Study in different locations: your room, a library, a park, or a coffee shop. Use different materials, watch videos, listen to podcasts, or join online study groups. Try different techniques like mind mapping, summarizing, or quizzing yourself. Research from the Journal of Cognitive Neuroscience shows that varying your study environment can improve memory retention. Thank you for watching this video. If you find this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell.